Now, this is something everybody's going to find fascinating. You've already asked for some free services and such. It's going to take a little bit longer than we expected, but Natalie Schubert is here. Quantum healing hypnotherapy.
Yes, that's exactly what I do.
That's intriguing.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this for just over 4 years now. I was trained in the Dolores Cannon method.
Okay.
And Dolores Cannon did this for about 45 years and developed the deepest state of hypnotherapy that people can receive their guidance so they can get clarity and answers that they want to their questions that they go through life with. Okay. And what's fascinating about what I do is you only need to come one time.
Right.
You
Once?
Once. That's
Once.
it. I'm not that kind of
Is that the free consultation? Probably not.
Right.
Probably not. That would not be the one time. Okay.
You only need to come once because you get all the answers that you ever needed in the life situation you're in right now that you needed clarity, and all the other questions that you ever had about yourself. You get answers to why you had the struggles in your life.
Why you ate that whole box of Girl Scout
Samoas?
cookies? Yeah.
The whole
Why?
box. Absolutely.
Wow.
What if there's some things you don't want to remember or try to find answer for that you've done or some situation?
That's a
Is it
great
going to come?
question.
Is
That's
it
a
going to
great
come up
question
anyway?
because a lot of my clients have that question. And what I find is so beautiful is that the entire session is led by that higher aspect of us. Some people call it Christ consciousness, higher self, access to source, your God spark self. It's led by that. So I've found in all the years that I've been doing my clients, as well as Dolores Cannon, that it is the most loving experience and it's so gentle. So that when you come there and people have fears that maybe their higher self is mad at them because they could have done better, and maybe they have those kind of concerns, and they're so relieved when they actually come and they find out how much love is there in that space for them. I'll give you an example. The last client I had was an older lady and a hard worker, and she just knew beyond a shadow of a doubt, because life showed her this to herself, that she was literally alone, walking alone in her life since she was little. She was never connected with any human being very well at all. And she wanted me to ask you get to ask a list of questions. And she said, I really want to know, have I really been alone? Because I can so prove that. And so when I asked her, she answers her own question when she's in that deep receiving state. And I said, has she been alone? And little tears just came down her eyes, and I said, what are you seeing? Tell me what you're hearing. She said, legions of angels. And she just was so touched. She said,
she was never alone.
No, not at all. And none of us are. But we don't know that because we can't see it or touch it or feel it or smell it. So we don't know that. Yeah. And so it's such beautiful work that I get to be in this space with them and that part of them that loves them so much.
And experience that with them.
It is. It's a wonderful gift.
Well, perhaps some of it is faith and trusting you and allowing.
A lot of it is trusting me because they have to let go.
Right.
You know what? I think trusting her would be easy. I love your soft voice. You make us feel comfortable. I love that.
Yeah.
You're the right person for this.
It makes somebody vulnerable because they would probably have to be in a vulnerable state for you to achieve what you need to do.
It's kind of cool. It's vulnerable is like a little of a beautiful word to say that, but literally I tuck them in a blankie and pillows.
Oh, they're laying
and they're
down.
laying down.
So going there.
Oh yeah. You're totally getting the
Room's dark. Is the room
kind
of dark?
Yeah, dim room.
How do you keep them awake?
That's every 10 seconds I ask a question.
Every 10. I would just be annoyed at that point. I'm like,
You wouldn't.
try to sleep here.
Can you step out for 5 hours? I'll be right back.
But it is interesting that your subconscious may somehow find a way out. And I'll tell you, there are some books that have done that for me. Being the couple that you want, Harville Hendrix. And it was interesting because, you read this thinking, I'm going to figure out all that's wrong with my husband and this relationship. And all it does is takes you back to every relationship that you've ever seen because that's what you become. And then I found myself in the fetal position, bawling, squalling, because you go to places that you didn't realize were there that needed to be addressed.
Yeah. Learning about ourselves is the most powerful thing you can do. Mm-hmm. And do you remember the movie with Tom Cruise? I think it was Jerry Maguire, where he was saying to her, "You complete me."
Yes.
Well, we're not in that society so much anymore. We're not looking outside ourselves for somebody to complete us.
Right.
We're looking for that holistic feeling, that understanding of self, so we don't depend on the outside world to make us happy. Mm-hmm. That we find that peace wherever we are. Yeah. Wherever we go.
Well, I think some of that is you have Satan and God do the right thing, don't do the right thing. There's temptations. I find that I have to walk away from temptations a lot. And I don't walk away from them enough. I should walk away from them more.
That's right, when it comes to Girl Scout cookies. But anyway, is that what the consultation's about? You get from them the questions you want asked, or do you find out about them and get your own questions?
Well, the free consultation is really helpful for them to understand the process, to feel if they're comfortable, because not everybody resonates with everybody. There's practitioners all over the world, and I want them to feel that they understand the process, like you were asking about it, so you can understand more. And then they'll find out if this is something they want to do or not. And it's funny because I get some people that come to me for the basics, like I want to quit smoking, and that was one of my last clients. And when she left, she's like, I got so much more, because they not only did that, but they got an understanding of why they started in the first place. Because it's a symptom, it's a trigger of a symptom. They were of something else about themselves or their life situation that they were trying to address and didn't do it effectively.
Trying to mask.
Yes.
You're at the Living Arts Center in Paducah.
Yes.
Strategically placed there, the Living Arts Center.
Yes.
That's a perfect location. A website, sistersoferthandsky.com.
That's right.
You just want to take them to all heights, then, I guess.
The sistersoferthandsky.com got started when my best friend and I, she's my soul sister, she's Sister Earth, a little shaman sister, and I'm Sister Sky. I'm expansive, she's detailed. Everybody needs a friend who's detailed. So I don't have to be. I have an app for that.
I'm the detailed one.
And we basically believe we live what we love, and so we think it's a sandbox where everybody can come and live what they love, and we allow themselves to be themselves. More often go through life, and it's a happy place.
We have to go see her.
I do.
Yeah.
I got another question, a Julie question.
It's a Julie question, everybody. Preface it with that.
Years ago in the movies, and you're going to get hypnotized.
Yes.
Do you follow
No, none of that.
Okay.
We don't do that. You don't squawk like a chicken or walk like a duck either.
Crap,
That's
I'm not
extra.
going.
That's extra.
That's when she
I ain't
turns
going.
the recording off.
Say
I'm about to
goodbye.
have some fun now. Yeah, that's good. Well, is there anything else that you want people to know that maybe we didn't ask you about? It's fascinating work. It really is.
That's a great question.
Maybe more about Dolores. She was the founder premise of
Dolores Cannon was the founder. DoloresCannon.com she was the founder. She just passed away a couple months ago in her mid-80s, doing this work for 50 years.
Wow.
I was very fortunate to receive all her training personally. And
Did she take you through the process?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, she listens to our voice. She trains us exactly how to do this. Very passionate individual. I mean, with over 50 years, she had 17 books out there on just the sessions with her clients and how extraordinary they were.
What about the client-patient privilege or doctor-patient privilege?
She doesn't put their real name.
Okay.
It's like Sally, not her real name, that kind of thing.
Yeah, got it.
But sessions can be anywhere from very magical to very ordinary, where you're just a maid in England.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I mean, or you can be somebody lives in castles. It goes every extraordinary. You get a couple past lives, and if you don't believe in past lives, it doesn't matter. It's stories then. It's all a point for you to understand more about yourself is all that matters.
How was your experience when you went through this?
I
mean, what did you feel when you were done with your session?
When I've experienced the hypnotherapy myself, one of my lives I was a really boring guy in Texas, old fart in Texas, on the oil rigs, lived in an RV right off the Dust Bowl.
I bet I was your roommate. I bet I was.
That's funny.
What I asked when we're guided through the session, as I say, take us to an important day, a day in the life that you're experiencing. And it fast forwards. My important day was getting a birthday cake from a pretty lady at work. I mean, this is how benign my life was at the time, So it's just but there's always a purpose. At the end, you ask, why did you show this lifetime?
Yeah.
Why did you show this story? And there's always a purpose.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah.
Plus, you get all your questions answered.
You haven't discovered like a Sybil, have you, that had like 14 different personalities that would...
No. That's a great question, too.
Wait till you get Julie on the bed, man. It's gonna
It's two Sybils in one.
it is going to take some time.
It's good. It'll be a 10-hour session. Are you up for it? You mentioned it's a one-time session.
Yeah.
What if you want to come back and get more?
People can, but they're usually, and I have had that a couple times, but it's usually something else that's come up in their life that's really inspired them to ask a lot more questions. And it's only for that reason. It's like, I'm the worst business person ever. The first time I get a client, they're gone. The first time I lose them,
But so it's not just a past thing. It's something current in their life? Can you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They answer all the questions currently and for their past.
Okay.
So absolutely.
Fantastic. Wow, there's a lot to learn and a lot to do. You'd almost just have to experience it for yourself, I think.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
All right.
Block off 10 hours.
Thanks, Natalie. We appreciate it.
Thank you guys for having
And
me.
we'll be right back.